For more on this story, we can go across to France 24's Dave Keating, standing by in Brussels. Dave, what is the court saying with this ruling?
Well, this is concerning a disciplinary chamber that the right-wing government in Poland set up a while ago. And it's been criticized as an attempt to make judges leave that don't toe the party line, or also intimidate them into toeing the party line. Well, in July, the European Court of Justice, the EU Supreme Court, agreed with those critics. It found that that disciplinary chamber, which can discipline Polish judges, violates EU law because it interferes in the independence of Poland's judiciary. And the ECJ ordered Poland to dismantle that disciplinary chamber. Well, at first it looked like the Polish government was going to defy that order, but then they said, okay, we will dismantle that disciplinary chamber. The issue is they've kind of slow-walked that since then. They haven't actually taken any steps to enact the legislation that would get rid of that disciplinary chamber. Now, last week, Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki told the European Parliament he will dismantle that disciplinary chamber, but they still haven't taken any actions to do it. And frankly, members of the European Parliament don't really believe that the Polish government has the intention to do this. So the European Commission asked the European Court of Justice to levy this fine on Poland for not following the ECJ judgment. That's a normal procedure. When a country doesn't follow a judgment from the ECJ, they get a daily fine until they follow it. It's just the countries usually do follow orders from the ECJ. But this is majorly ratcheting up the pressure on Poland to abide by that decision in July.
And Dave, how does this relate to the other standoff over the primacy of EU law?
Yeah, they're actually two separate issues, but they are related. So you had that ruling from the ECJ in July, and then in September, you had a separate judicial body in Poland, the Constitutional Tribunal, which is not the Supreme Court, it's a separate, very politically influenced body, rule that national courts can overrule the EU Supreme Court, the ECJ. And of course, the fact that that came just 2 months after the ECJ told Poland it needed to dismantle this disciplinary chamber was no accident. This is essentially a Polish court telling the Polish government, you can just ignore that ruling in July. Well, the ECJ did address that in this ruling today, saying that the Polish government cannot cite a national court as a reason why it can't comply with an ECJ judgment, that essentially violates EU law. So we'll see what Poland does now, because the ruling actually says that they have to pay this money for every day since the ruling came out in July. So will Poland act speedily to dismantle the disciplinary chamber, something they've been promising they would do? It was just taking time. Or will they defy the order? We're waiting to see how Warsaw reacts.
Well, we'll see how they react indeed. Thank you very much for that, Dave. Dave Keating reporting there from Brussels.